Hi, I'm Jonathan Sproul.
I'm Lindsay Hicks.
And we are your Security Council DAIS team. And today we will be discussing Topic 1, Biological and Chemical Weapons, as an update for our backgrounds.
We have two recent news links for you to check out to talk about the
implications.
The implications for chemical weapons in a ongoing conflict in Syria on neighboring states and within the conflict itself.
Yeah.
This Syrian chemical weapons site near Aleppo is just 10 miles from the latest fighting, one of dozens of chemical weapons sites across Syria. At least one of these sites, U.S. officials say their latest intelligence shows Syrian forces over the weekend began mixing two chemicals needed to make deadly sarin gas, raising significant new concern that Bashar al-Assad may be preparing a gas attack.
We have made our views very clear. This is a red line for the United States. I'm not going to telegraph in any specifics what we would do in the event of credible evidence that the Assad regime has resorted to using chemical weapons against their own people. But suffice it to say, we are certainly planning to take action if that eventuality were to occur.
In response, the Syrian Foreign Ministry said Syria will not use chemical weapons on its own people, but it has threatened to use them against foreign forces if invaded. U.S. officials believe Assad has not yet ordered an attack, but is getting ready, possibly for a limited strike. Intelligence suggests the regime might use artillery shells filled with sarin against opposition forces, hoping to roll back their advances.
You're hearing from me about our increased concern. You're hearing from me the fact that we are consulting with our allies and international partners, as well as the opposition about this.
Assad faces world outrage if he attacks. Sarin, 500 times as deadly as cyanide, can kill in minutes. It's a nightmare scenario that has worried Syria's neighbors for months.
We're right there. We're right next door. So whether they are used by whichever party, especially if they fall into the wrong hands, we have to be prepared and we have to be vigilant to protect our own country. So this is something that is studied very, very carefully over many months, not just today.
Now, one U.S. official says the move appears to be an effort by the Syrian military to give Assad options for a possible strike. But right now, Obama administration officials say they are not at all certain what Assad may do next. We want to credit our friends at the website Wired.com. They were the first to break the news that all of this involves sarin gas, Wolf.
So what can the United States potentially do about this?
Well, look, this is a very tough neighborhood in the Middle East. There is going to have to be an effort, officials say, again, to get neighboring countries involved. Israel, will they let this happen? Perhaps not. We shall see. Jordan, of course, we talked to the foreign minister just on Friday. Most vulnerable, potentially. U.S. Special Forces have been going in and out of Jordan for several months now. We have covered this story to help the Jordanian military be ready and be prepared if the war crosses borders one way or the other into their country. Wolf?
Barbara Starr, very alarming news.
Hey guys, so the video you just watched is regarding conflict in Syria and their potential attacks with chemical weapons, particularly sarin gas, which is much deadlier than more recently used mustard or cyanide. It can kill within 3 minutes. The way they're using them is to put them inside artillery shells. So after they fire off their rounds, the gas gets released outside the shell, and it's sort of this gassy sort of mixture, and it can kill within 3 minutes, and it can kill a lot of people really quickly. So the fear for the Security Council and other nations is that these attacks won't be just carried out against potential invaders, foreign invaders, but that they will be taken out on either the Syrian people or the rebel groups in Syria. So, as we've seen in the past with Saddam Hussein and the Kurdish people in the late 1980s, he killed thousands of people in minutes using mustard gas. So as members of the Security Council, it's really impertinent to understand the implications of when chemical or biological weapons are being used and how to take preventative action. So in regards to the Syrian conflict and seeing that chemical weapons are being made, it is up to you to come up with sort of a resolution or ideas that can help maintain international peace and security. Thank you.
It is clear for us here in Israel that it's being used, and the problem is that while it's being used, we have Syria, we have Hezbollah in Lebanon, and the situation is that the appearance is that it's not going to be only in Syria, but Hezbollah can reach all these chemical weapons and use it against Israel in the future. It's the problem of the international community. I mean, Assad is slaughtering his own people for years now, and the international community is just in a way watching, condemning. It's fine, but it's not enough. And this is something that we cannot accept as part of the international community. It's not just the problem of Israel, but it is true that when he crosses the red line against his own people, it's something that can affect Israel and Israel's security, because we are in the front line. But we believe that this is something that needs to be dealt not only by Israel, but between Israel, the international community, and while the President of the United States is coming here, this, I believe, should be on the table in the discussions between Prime Minister Netanyahu and President Obama. We have Iran trying to achieve a nuclear weapon. We have Syria having, clearly, chemical weapon and other kinds of weapon. And we have all these terrorist organizations, we have changes in the region, we have weak leaders. So it needs to be dealt in an understanding that what used to be called at the beginning as the Arab Spring is turning into, in some places, not in all of the places, in some places into quite a winter that we need to deal with.
The previous clip you just saw by CNN expresses the thoughts by Israeli Foreign Minister Levini on how chemical weapons in Syria affect other states and the international community on a broader scale. It also echoes concerns and expresses the concerns of other states that not only will Syria use chemical weapons on its own people and its own state, but then export the usage of chemical weapons to nearby states. And then she calls upon the international community to respond instead of just standing and watching as chemical weapons are used on thousands of innocent bystanders. The clip kind of explores how chemical weapons can affect relations between states and disrupt the peace and security on an international scale, and how other states will respond to the usage of chemical weapons.
Hey guys, so we hope you found these clips and this video to be interesting and informative and give you a little more of a better background for the upcoming event in May.
You'll be hearing from us soon for another update on Topic 2, the Kurdish question.
Stay tuned.
We're looking forward to working with you.
All right.
See you later.
Bye.